Hillary Clinton is getting ready to unveil her running mate with Virginia Senator Tim Kaine, said to be a strong contender. Correspondent Jeff Zeleny.
All signs throughout the Democratic Party and the Clinton orbit point to Tim Kaine, the senator from Virginia, the former governor from Virginia. He has been on this hot seat once before, back in 2008. Of course, he was not picked at that point. He was just a governor, but now, of course, a senator has more experience, and we are told he is the certainly leading contender, but also Tom Vilsack. I'm told not to rule out Tom Vilsack because of his loyalty and connection to Hillary Clinton.
30 million television viewers tuned in to watch Donald Trump's 75-minute acceptance speech at the Republican National Convention last night. Updated figures are expected later today. Close to 39 million viewers watched John McCain in 2008. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gaining almost 38 points. The S&P 500 up by 8.5, while the Nasdaq up 26. I'm Ann Katz.
At Walgreens, getting diabetes testing supplies with Medicare Part B is a walk in the park. Really, because getting what you need is quick and easy, giving you more time for other things. There's $0 out of pocket on all major brands like One Touch and Walgreens True Metrics, and no extra paperwork. So managing diabetes becomes a stroll down Easy Street, or a trip to the movies, or even a day at the beach. Talk to your pharmacist today. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Zero out-of-pocket cost when billed to Medicare and full coverage supplemental insurance.
ADT presents What to Consider When Considering Home Security. An ADT sign is more than a sign. It's a line in the sand. On one side, your family. On the other, an uncertain world.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help prevent crime than anyone else. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month.
Tested, trusted, proven ADT.
With 36-month contract for licensing and terms and conditions, visit ADT.com.
Stay connected with the Lone Pine Chamber of Commerce. Attention travelers, the 395 North has never looked so 2016 with free Wi-Fi. Stop in Lone Pine and stay connected with free Wi-Fi. Catch up on emails, search the web, find restaurants and shops near you. Lone Pine has you covered. Your scenic mountain escape with a strong internet connection. So don't miss a beat, unless you want to. It's a perfect time to make a stop in Lone Pine. The Lone Pine Chamber of Commerce means business.
Don and Gino here. So we know you want to have fun learning about real estate and finance. You're going to want to tune in this Saturday, 9 a.m. to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220. We have some hot topics, as always, guiding you to personal financial wellness. And that's right, you don't want to miss it. So again, this Saturday, 9 a.m., and then we replay it online Sunday, 9 a.m., Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. right here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Join us.
The minute I open my door,
Debbie Morris has a problem.
I say, oh my gosh.
A really big problem.
The dog, the cat, my 3-year-old.
Debbie's house is a mess.
How can one family create this disaster?
Debbie needs Made for You.
I need help.
Professional residential and commercial cleaning, locally owned. You choose the schedule, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or even one-time seasonal cleaning. Call 255-2922. That's 255-2922. Made for You.
Made for You rescued me.
Hi, George here with your hometown forecast. The heat wave continues with daytime highs reaching 109 degrees today and tomorrow under mostly sunny skies here in the Santa Clarita Valley. We'll see some slight relief on Sunday with temps drop to the mid-90s. Weekend lows will hover around the low 70s. The Valencia Jazz and Blues concert series continues tonight on Town Center Drive next to the Hyatt Regency Valencia with the Goddess of Soul, Doña Oxford. This family-friendly event is free to the public with the show starting at 7 p.m. Learn more by going to valenciajazzandblues.com. Welcome to the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm George.
I'm Tori in for T.
Tori in for T.
Mm-hmm.
All one word.
That's my last name, in for T.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Is it, what is that, Romanian?
It is.
Scottish?
Yeah, all of that.
That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick story to tell you.
Sure.
My sisters, who never got into like show business, but they inspired me in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
My sister Leanne is 6 years older than I am. When I was 5 years old, and then I have Sally, who's 3 years older than me. She somehow organized the entire neighborhood, and in the backyard of my grandmother's house, we put on a production of The Wizard of Oz.
Who are you?
I think I had a walk-on. They didn't cast me very often. I swear to God.
I don't think that I might have been one of the monkeys if I was lucky. But with that, and they never got into the industry, but I'm sure that organizational skills would help her get to middle management at Southwest Gas in Las Vegas, Nevada. But why I'm saying that is because it's a story that, and we saw it, we did it after we watched it on TV, and it's something we all grew up with. But no matter how many times you watch it, no matter how many times you see it, no matter how old you are, it's an awesome show.
Absolutely.
So probably sometime in the next month, I will be staging my own version with all the neighborhood
In the
kids
backyard?
Although that does sound a little creepy now that I say it. I may change my mind.
Are you going to be more than a monkey this time?
I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll probably, I may be executive producer. I don't know.
cool.
But why am I talking about the Wizard of Oz?
I have no idea. Why, George?
I thought I was going to throw it to you, but I guess not. All right, fine. I'll bring it back around. The Wizard of Oz is actually returning to the Santa Clarita Regional Theater stage at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center at College of the Canyons, starting tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow night.
We have like 17 people here in the studio. It's not quite a record, but
It's not a record, but it's a nice big group.
who do we have?
We have, from left to right, go here. We've got the Tin Man, Craig Sherman.
Craig Sherman, yay. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on, hold the phone, Mabel. There we go. Hello, it's Craig.
There we go. Jen Treadwell as the Wicked Witch, which blows my mind because they put green paint on this beautiful woman and make her look like the witch, and she even sounds like it. And then,
Oh, sorry, I was too early. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
and then we have Adriana Eldridge. Yes. And she plays Dorothy. Close to the mic. There you go. We have Steve Rizzo as the Scarecrow.
Hello.
And we have George Chavez as the Lion.
Did you have to look at your shirt to remember?
I had to remember. I had to look down. It says Lion.
We have Tim Hart as assistant director.
We'll give him a yay. He gets a yay. He gets a yay because
Wow.
that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
That was a lot. Now we're missing our beloved director, Musette.
She's working.
She's
at her
working
regular job.
at her regular job, and she's one of the directors and has worked tirelessly. I have no idea where she gets her energy from. And then, of course, co-directing this week is Tim Ben Boydston.
That's correct.
Yes. Before we go any further, because then we're going to get into all of your backgrounds. I know I've seen a lot of your faces before. I know these aren't your first roles at Santa Clarita Regional Theater or CTG. Before we do that, let's talk about some basics. It opens on this Saturday night. There are other people involved in the show. So first of all, I know you guys have understudies. And they get their own performance on the 30th, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so from let's start with the Tin Man. Who is your understudy?
The very capable Michael Smith.
Michael Smith. And Jen, do you have an understudy?
I do.
And who's that?
Rosemary Moffat, who is wonderful.
Love
also.
Rosemary.
I know.
Love Rosemary. Adriana, do you have an understudy?
Savannah Harley Crow is my understudy, and she's wonderful.
She's adorable. I love her. Okay, and Steve, do you have an understudy?
Yes, I do. His name is Blake Yanez, and he is about 6'5" and looks like a scarecrow. He's actually perfectly cast.
I mean that the most business-like a professional.
That's right.
Okay, and George, how about you? Do you have an understudy?
The fabulous John Joseph. So incredible.
He is
a
darling.
man with two first names.
He
I like
is.
that.
Right?
He's wonderful. He's wonderful.
And Tim, do you have an understudy?
I do not have an understudy.
Okay.
Let me tell you about our understudies. Every one of them has stepped up, and not only are most of them understudying the roles for the people that are here, but they're also doing background parts during the regular run of the show, or in the case of John Joseph Krakowski, who is the Lion's understudy, he has also taken on other roles throughout the run of the show, to the point where we're joking that this time next year we'll see him on Broadway doing a one-man show called The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, exactly.
John Joseph Krakowski is the wizard, and everyone else on stage.
That's awesome.
That's right.
Yeah, John is awesome. John Jay's awesome. Okay, so besides the understudies, I know that you guys have been working so hard with your crew. Who is missing from your crew? I know you have a fantastic costume person and a wonderful makeup artist. Can someone tell me who they are? Jen, go for it.
Okay, well, let me talk about makeup first really fast. So we have Martha Kelly and Gretchen Silberman? Silberberg, okay. And they are fantastic, and they head a makeup team, and they're working on the fly with us. We've got some really quick changes, and so they're helping all of us with
quick changes. Everyone's getting makeup at the same time.
So grateful, and they've made sure
I'm thinking you and the Tin Man probably have the most extensive makeup. Am I right
what about
on
the
that?
Scarecrow?
Well, Scarecrow and Lion both have really strong makeup too, but I think we have Tin Man, Craig and I, as the witch, both have the quickest changes. For me, it's the quick change into the witch from Mrs. Gulch.
What is it, like 8 minutes or 7
Not
minutes?
even.
Oh, not even that,
I think I might have 5 minutes, and that's getting out of my Mrs. Gulch costume, full onto the witch costume, and getting up and ready to fly. Tin Man, I think, has the quickest. Is that correct? The quickest.
What do you think?
Yeah, when I changed from the Tin Man back to the farmhand.
And what do you think in time it is as far as
maybe
that?
a minute and a half, maybe?
A minute and a half to get all the silver off.
Yeah, all the silver off, plus the costume, it's very RoboCop-ish. There's a lot of moving parts that have to come off, so it's going to be a challenge.
Minute and a half, okay. So, and Dorothy, you have it easy, because you just,
I do.
you have one, I'm thinking one costume, the shoes maybe.
A bunch of dialogue.
That's, okay, so then you guys have more, you have the same as Jen and Craig as far as makeup and costume. Do you have those short turnarounds as well?
It takes a little longer for me. I mean, it only has to have like 20 minutes as opposed to like 5 for Craig or.
And what about you,
Scarecrow.
Steve? When you have to do the same as Craig, when you get
Yes, when we're switching back from their characters to the farmhands, we literally have a minute and a half. That's exactly what we have. But when we're going from farmhands to our characters, we have a little bit more time because there's a whole munchkin scene that plays out.
Martha and Gretchen, fantastic team. Plus their dressers. I'm sure. Do you guys have dressers as well, helping you in and out of stuff?
Kind of would hope so.
And I got to tell you, although Dorothy doesn't have a quick change or a makeup change, Dorothy, Adriana, does have to dance in a harness.
Yes.
That nobody else has to do. So she's wearing a very heavy and sometimes
harness
under
whole
her
show.
costume for the whole
Really?
show. And I don't want to give away why she has to wear this harness. You
Gee,
gotta come see the show to find out.
spoiler alert. None
Oh,
of us
boy.
have seen The Wizard of Oz.
Wait.
I have no idea why
I don't
that
know.
would
Are
be
there,
the case.
I think there are weather issues perhaps
I don't
in
know.
Kansas
I don't know
and
about that.
something like that. Is that what's?
It's the same weather every day in Kansas. We
It's
just
just- and can't figure it out.
I don't know why they just live
Anybody here actually from Kansas? Anyone?
No.
Anyone? Okay.
So let's get back to what you started to say, Tim Hart, AD. The special effects.
Yes.
One of the reasons you should see this amazing production. You have quite a few special effects
We
in
do
this
have
show.
some special effects, yeah.
And it's all due to, I'm going to say, the weather issues, tornado.
Man, that's it.
We have plenty of tornadoes, but no trailer park. Go figure.
Unbelievable. So let's get started on you guys and your backgrounds. I know I've seen these faces before. Let's start with you, Mr. George Chavez, because I think I grew up watching you at CTG and Santa Clarita Regional. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding about that. But seriously,
I love it.
what was your very, very first? Can you remember your very first show at either CTG or Santa Clarita Regional Theater?
Actually, I remember watching a show of Oliver at CTG and just thinking, Mike Levine, all the best on that stage. I said, I just want to play with them. So I decided to audition for Scrooge the Musical. It was for like Christmas Carol, and I believe George, you were vocal director for that.
No, I wasn't. I orchestrated the music for that.
That's right.
I
It was
recorded the
wonderful,
music.
by the way.
Thank you.
George did that? Was it in your backyard? What?
It wasn't in the back. No, I recorded the music. I canned the music for that show.
Okay.
I started there, and I was just I was in love
And
with
so-
everyone there. Just had such a great time.
Do you have a count of how many shows you've been? Because I couldn't count. I've seen you in so many that I can't even count. I have not enough fingers and toes.
No, I have no idea. I think probably about 10 or so.
Oh, that's more than 10.
Oh,
I
you
can
think?
count 10. Absolutely.
I think my favorite was Snoopy. I did Snoopy right after Scrooge the Musical. I was just stuck. I remember
that.
I loved it so bad.
I could see you. I could see you, Snoopy.
The good man, Charlie Brown.
Tim Hart. Let's go back to the assistant director here. Tell me about your background. Have you been in shows at CTG or Santa Clarita Regional Theater, or have you just been on the executive team?
You know, this is my first time being on this side of a table. And I got to tell you, a little intimidating at times because especially the guys here in the studio have done so many shows. Like we talked about, George has done so many shows. Jen has done so many shows. Craig has done so many shows. It's like, how can I tell them how to act? And it's not really a matter of telling them how to act. It's just more of telling them, really just setting the tone for the show and how we want the show to be paced, and then just let them go. And that's what any good director does, is tell you how the tone of the show, how we want the tone of the show to be, and then you guys know what you're doing.
And
Go
then you
do
just
it.
let them go to it.
Right. The best thing I can do is get out of the way.
And so opening night tomorrow, are you just so proud of these guys, or what? What do you think?
I've been proud of these guys for a lot longer than just tomorrow night, because we are actually, production-wise, we're really ahead of schedule. And the reason we're ahead of schedule is because all of the people here got together in Steve's garage on weekends to practice dances and steps and scenes, so that when they come to rehearsal on Monday morning, they're so far ahead of where we're at. I'll give you an example. We asked them to be off script, off book, and have the lines down by memory by a certain date. And usually for a week or so after that date, everybody needs a line. Everybody needs to be reminded of what we got to do. There was so few, there was so little calling for lines that 3 days after we were off book, I got the script in my hand. I'm giving them lines when they need it. I really had nothing to do. It's just like, you guys know the show.
That's fantastic. So you have a great crew, not only as far as acting ability, but work ethic.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Musette must be so pleased as well.
We all are. It's been, with all the work that has to go into us for this cast to take that load off of us and to be willing to go out and do things on their own. And also we have a lot of cast members who double backstage, moving sets and moving props, and no complaints. In fact, we have people coming up to us and going, what else can I do?
Serious team effort.
Absolutely.
Serious team effort. And we forgot to mention, by the way, you guys, who do you think out of all of you dances the most? Who do you think has the most dancing? Any of you?
I think
You think it's Adriana?
I didn't know this was going to be a test, Tori.
So tell me about, so since you have the most dancing, get real close to the mic and tell us about your wonderful choreographer. I just got to meet her the other night and I already love her. Her name is Annette. What's her last name?
Yes.
Duran.
Duran.
Annette Duran. She's wonderful. Tell us a little bit about Annette and her choreography.
Annette is so fun to work with. She's so sweet and she has just so much positive energy. When she taught us, it was kind of like really easy to learn with her because she shows us in like such a way that's just like very easy to like relate to. She doesn't like go quick, and if you need help, she like explains it. And her choreography is like a lot of fun, and it definitely fits perfectly with the show.
Fantastic. Well, then you have quite a team. Let's go around. We talked about George. We talked about Tim Hart. Let's start with Steve. Tell us your background, how much you've been doing at CTG and Santa Clarita Regional Theater.
Well, this is my third show at CTG.
And your first at Santa Clarita Regional Theater?
Yes, my first at Santa Clarita Regional Theater.
Okay.
So,
which is located at College of the Canyons.
College of the Canyons. Yes. And you can call the box office at 799-2702. Get your tickets.
Very good. 661.
Wow.
There you go.
There'll be a little something
It's got the
extra
lingo
to check.
down very well.
Adriana, now you're next. Is this how many shows have you done at this theater group?
Actually, so I have auditioned for several, but when I got a call back, I was doing another show at the time, so I wasn't able to come in. But I did work backstage for Sound of Music in 2012. I was a kid wrangler and helping out with costumes, and then in 2013, I did mics for Les Mis.
Okay, seriously, what a fantastic story. So you worked backstage, you did mics, and now you're Dorothy.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
The Dorothy.
That's I like that little golden story. Okay, Jen.
Yeah.
You're next. Tell us about your resume. I've seen you in everything.
Well, I don't know if I've done that. I mean, I think I'm around the theater a lot. So my first show with CTG was Phantom back in 2009, and that was a fantastic experience. And I understudied for Christine, and then played a smaller part, an ensemble and stuff. So that was lots of fun. The last show I did at COC for Santa Clarita Regional Theater was Sound of Music.
I loved you in that. I loved you in that.
It was fun. So it's been 4 years, and I'm excited to return and be on that fabulous stage.
Your cackle. If you haven't heard Jin's cackle, there's a promo that Tim Hart and Musette Hart wrote, produced, directed, and it's on Facebook. It's on the CTG website. And
Canyon
Jin's
Theater Guild. Is it on the website or on their Facebook page?
Facebook. Did I say website?
You did. Canyon Theater Guild. Just do a search for it.
And
Do it now.
And Jin's,
save it.
You'll have to step back into the next room, though, or you're really over.
her cackle is probably like the best since Margaret Hamilton.
Thank you.
Last and certainly not least, Craig Sherman, talk to us about. I've seen you, I think, in the last 4 years at Santa Clarita Regional Theater. Have I not?
Yes, I moved here in 2013, and I was just poking around on the internet, wondering if there were any local theater groups here. And right when I did was the week before Les Mis auditions, which has always been my favorite show. I thought, wow, well, that's a sign right there. So I went and did Les Mis, and then the following year was Lord Farquaad in Shrek, the musical, which was so much fun. And then we did Mary Poppins last year, so this is my 4th.
Huh?
And you've and let me brag a little bit about Craig Sherman. You've had super roles in each of those. You came in and took Santa Clarita Regional Theater by storm because you were the factory foreman. Then you were a Farquaad. Then you were Bert. And now you are the Tin Man. So what?
Well, you're very kind to say that. I've been fortunate to get some good roles, and I'm having a blast.
That's awesome. So what if, I know you have some stuff there that you want to talk about. I know The Wizard of Oz, we've all seen it for 40 years, but there's some stuff behind the scenes that have gone on. Can you tell us a little about what you have?
Yes, there's a little, some fun facts. Everybody knows that Buddy Epson was the original Tin Man, but what a lot of people don't know is that Buddy Epson and Ray Bolger were cast in different roles. Ray Bolger was originally cast as a Tin Man, and Buddy Epson was cast as the Scarecrow. And Ray Bolger was like, that's not my character, that's not who I am, I'm too rubbery, too bouncy, so he convinced Buddy Epson to switch roles.
Oh no.
And then
Buddy
everybody knows
Epson.
the story after that. Buddy Epson was allergic to the makeup and had to be replaced by Jack Haley.
How bitter was Buddy
Right?
Epson? Not only did he, was convinced to take another role, but then he was completely out of this classic, iconic movie. How bummed, how upset must he have been? Well, he was okay. He had the Beverly Hillbillies, and then he had Barnaby Jones. He had an
Right.
okay
He had a
career.
good career.
Should we feel badly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the studio Metro Goldwyn Mayer originally wanted Shirley Temple as Dorothy.
Oh.
Because at the time, Shirley Temple was the hottest thing, and Judy Garland was a no-name, kind of a no-name. Nobody really knew who she was.
Wow,
and
I didn't know that.
Somebody else fought for Judy Garland.
Who fought?
It didn't, I don't know.
Shirley Temple is also, I believe, with Fox, so they would have had to loan her out. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Fox is like, so that was part of it too.
Oh,
if
that's
I'm not
right.
mistaken.
That could have been it, yeah.
Was it also that Shirley Temple was doing something in your backyard at the time, and then
Could
we
be.
couldn't wasn't available?
We're not that old, Tori. And if I am that old.
I know. What else? Anything else?
Yes, the Cowardly Lion's costume was made of real lion skin.
Ooh.
Nobody knows that.
Heavy.
What?
It weighed about 100 pounds.
Mine's not real lion skin.
So was there not?
That would just be awkward.
Was there not a PETA issue at that time?
No, they didn't have that
right?
then.
And in the Tin Man song, the voice that addresses "Where Art Thou, Romeo" was the voice of the original Snow White from the original Disney Snow White movie.
Oh wow!
Nobody knew
It's
that.
nice to know she got more work.
It's feeling badly. That was. So did y'all know all that trivia? Did you?
I did, because I actually looked all that up. Too. But
Adriana, nice job.
I wanted to know the history of the show.
Adriana's on it.
Very nice. If we go to the Wizard of, what do you guys want us to know that this production is different from all the rest, or maybe it's just an exceptional adaptation? What should we take with us when we go to COC and the Santa Clarita Regional Theater tomorrow? Just if you could pick something out, what are you so excited about?
Well, the script is almost a word-for-word adaptation of the movie. So we have tried to remain very true to the movie to the best we can. I mean, there's some things you can't do just simply because we're on a stage and not on film. But for the most part, we have tried to remain true to that script to the point where there is a scene in the stage play that is not in the movie. A long song and dance scene.
I know which one that is.
It was originally filmed, and then it was cut before release.
I won't spoil it. This is the third time, by the way, speaking of trivia, that the Canyon Theater Guild / Santa Clarita Regional Theater has put on The Wizard of Oz. The last time was
11 years
was
ago.
11? Wow, is that long ago? And then they did it in 1998. As well at the way up Sierra Highway, as they used to call it, at the old theater, and surprisingly not as easy to organize and coordinate because of the fact that stage was considerably smaller, but they still did a pretty good job.
So Tim, this is so interesting. So there is something that we've never seen before. So there is one big surprise. So even if we've watched the movie, which we have, come on, how many times? I'm going to say at least
Several.
40, right?
Several.
Every year it's on TV. We probably all have a copy at home. And there's one thing in there that's going to be a surprise for all us.
If you don't know the trivia of the movie, but you're just a fan of the movie, like the movie, you will not have seen this one song and dance scene. And I got to tell you, I think it's a favorite of the cast.
It's a
favorite of the orchestra. The orchestra loves playing the music to this scene. And this cast works during that scene. There's a lot of dancing going on.
It's amazing.
I don't know how
The hip hop that they do is absolutely. I give it away. You guys are awesome. Wizard of Oz, and it runs 4 weekends starting tomorrow night. I'll just go ahead and say that. You can get all the information at canyontheater.org. That's traditional spelling, THEATRE.org. 799-2702. You do need to call the box office to make your ticket reservations, and I would say reserve early, reserve often.
Yeah, and George, if I could add, this show is not at the Canyon Theater Guild.
It is at the Santa Clarita Regional Theater.
At the Santa Clarita Regional
I should say at the Performing Arts Center at College of the Canyons is where it's going to be performed. Yes, ma'am.
Can I give one quick shout out to our incredible costumer, Jenny Andrews?
Yes.
And along, who's been helping her also is Jean. Is it Palitz?
Palitz.
So
Miss Jean.
They have done just an amazing job. Very creative. Of course, traditional to what we expect for the main characters, but really creative with the ensemble. And just
how many people in the cast?
So hard.
Can you go?
49.
Holy moly. Okay. Outstanding, guys. Thanks so much for stopping by. Wizard of Oz opens tomorrow night. Santa Clarita Regional Theater at Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center at College of the Canyons, canyontheater.org, 799-2702 for tickets and reservations.
Break all the legs.
Yay! Can't wait. Thanks for having us.
We'll be right back with more on the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.